When Esther, the first human-scale tennis-playing robot, was introduced, a huge path for AI to enter the tennis realm was opened. The creators of Esther even claimed that the robot would make a good partner for tennis practice. But with AI slowly replacing different roles in tennis, it raises an important question. What if AI robots end up conquering the tennis world? It all started when Matthew Gombolay, a robotics professor at the Georgia Institute of Technology, saw a future where human-scale robots would play a pivotal role in sports and athletic training. As a passionate tennis player himself, Gombolay's vision was to have a tennis partner who could play with or against him anytime, helping him to improve his weaknesses and even participate in doubles matches.
We do a variety of research in my lab to develop systems that can interact with people, learn through that interaction.
A robot as smart as a tennis player? No, I don't think so. That doesn't sound like a good idea. Surprisingly, it was wheelchair tennis that inspired Professor Gombolay and his team when choosing the design for the robot. That's how Esther, the experimental sport tennis wheelchair robot, was born in 2023. It was named after the legendary Dutch tennis player Esther Vigeer. Esther is a wheelchair tennis robot designed to track tennis balls and return them to players. It comes with a tennis racket connected to a single arm and can cover both sides of the court. That's not all, though. The robot is also equipped with high-resolution cameras and advanced computer vision algorithms. This remarkable innovation has the potential to completely transform the way athletes train and perform in the game of tennis. Okay, sure, a tennis-playing robot is great for practice, but the transformative power of AI came to tournaments too, in the form of line judges. In 2021, the US Open and other prestigious tournaments like the Australian Open extended the Hawkeye Live technology into all their courts, replacing traditional referees. This cutting-edge system uses optical tracking and camera collaboration to replace the traditional calls made by line referees. The implementation of Hawkeye Live meant that over 200 human line referees had to be replaced. But don't worry, their voices still echo through the matches. NPR points out that recorded calls from the former line judges are incorporated into the system, ensuring their presence is still felt. Sean Carey, the official in charge of the US Open, was pretty excited to share how the system could match the intensity of a live line umpire's call. The thing that I think is cool is that we've been able to program the system to know that if the ball is way out, it's going to be a softer out call. But if it's a close one, as it would be with a live line umpire, they generally yell at the top of their voices to make sure everyone's heard. That's not creepy at all. Sure, Hawkeye Live adds things to the game that can't be denied, like speed and accuracy, but it also brings up some important problems. Concerns about job loss come from the trend toward automation, which is sped up because of the COVID-19 outbreak, especially for groups that are already on the margins. This could make the gap between people even bigger. Policymakers need to handle these issues, making sure that everyone gets a fair share and that people have the opportunity to learn new skills in growing fields like technology and the green economy. Another thing to think about is that even though Hawkeye Live makes line calls more accurate, we shouldn't just assume it's perfect.
Where's the phantom ball? Where's the ball? Zooming in.
Tennis players rarely question their decisions because they assume it's correct. But let's not forget that technology can be biased and wrong, just like people. Imagine if robots took over the tennis world and created their hierarchy. Still, Hawkeye's appearance is a big change that all sports fans should pay close attention to. It shows how machines are slowly replacing people in traditional jobs. It's a reflection of how technology has changed the way people work. As if that wasn't a drastic enough of a change, tennis umpires can be replaced by AI too. Tennis has already embraced technology to enhance various aspects of the game. The previously mentioned Sony's Hawkeye Live system aids umpires in making accurate calls, and IBM's Watson AI instantly produces highlight reels using real-time video footage. Infosys, a digital services and consulting firm, conducts data analysis to gain insights into the game and offers a cloud-based platform for players and coaches to analyze matches in depth. The use of technology in tennis raises questions about the future role of humans in sports. Although robot umpires may be judging robot players in the future, ATP chair umpire and manager Ali Nili contends that such a scenario would result in the creation of a completely new sport. Nili said, "At ATP, we're most proud of our athletes. It's our athletes who make tennis exciting. It's how fast they are, how strong they are. As human beings, we compare them to us, and we're fascinated by the things that they're able to do. They're the #1 attraction for anyone who comes in, watches tennis, and everything else is secondary, you know? All the data and everything else because we try to make our athletes more appealing. Another sign of AI taking over could be seen at Wimbledon 2023. The championships featured robot commentators powered by AI. IBM, the technology giant behind the scenes, was providing AI-generated captions and audio for 3-minute video highlight reels on the Wimbledon app and website. They could even clone the voice of famous tennis player John McEnroe for the soundtrack, as long as he gave his permission, of course.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious!
While the BBC stuck with its human communication team for this year's event, IBM's approach was turning heads. But Kevin Farrar, the head of IBM's partnerships, clarified that we are using a generated voice. It's not a real voice. It's not based on a specific person. The commentary is being generated from the stats, forehand, backhand, etc. It's like having a knowledgeable robot right there with you, breaking down every aspect of the game. And if you're a fan of John McEnroe, his voice might make a comeback through AI replication, adding even more excitement to the coverage. This AI-generated commentary is a glimpse into the future of sports broadcasting. Will we hear more robot voices providing analysis and insights in the years to come? Or will it remain a unique experiment for Wimbledon? The BBC hasn't shared its plans for AI involvement, so it's still a bit of a mystery. As technology keeps advancing, we can expect more exciting innovations in sports broadcasting. AI-generated commentary could offer us incredible insights and analysis, helping us understand and enjoy the game even more. However, it also raises some important questions. How will fans feel about robot voices instead of human commentators? Are they able to bring the same enthusiasm and energy that we love? As unusual as this change might seem, one thing is certain. This year's Wimbledon Championship is a blend of tradition and cutting-edge technology. Apart from AI-powered commentary, there's also a chance for an old tennis tradition to be replaced by technology. Recently, a group of talented schoolchildren from Queen Elizabeth's Grammar School in Faversham in the United Kingdom introduced a groundbreaking innovation that could completely change the world of tennis. Jacob Benyon, Danielle Madina, and Owen Lovell built a tennis ball collecting robot. The robot is a breakthrough in the realm of robotics and engineering. It's got the potential to replace the traditional ball boys and girls, forever changing the way tennis matches are conducted. The robot scans and decodes images using a built-in camera and a small Raspberry Pi processor. It then uses artificial intelligence to identify and track tennis balls with remarkable precision. The schoolchildren showed their remarkable creation at the recent Institute for Research in Schools London conference, where leading scientists and hundreds of students gathered to share and discuss their latest innovations. Dr. Joe Foster, the director of IRIS, expressed great excitement about the project, emphasizing its potential to transform the roles of ball boys and girls at prestigious events like Wimbledon. The implications of this tennis ball collecting robot extend far beyond the sport itself. Its successful implementation demonstrates the power of AI and robotics to tackle various challenges. The creators envision a future where similar technology could be employed in areas such as litter collection or as a tracking device in remote or hazardous locations. Ultimately, though, people are still important when it comes to designing AI, running governments with algorithms, and moderating social media. Even though computers and automation are becoming more important, human input and supervision are still very important. With the creation of Esther and a tennis ball collecting robot amidst discussions of how AI will replace people in different fields, technology is here to stay. While these technologies can make decisions based on statistical data, line judgments, tennis practice, and ball collecting, they still can't replace the quick thinking of actual tennis players on the court. It's hard to tell how things might change in the future, especially as things rapidly advance. But for now, at least, it doesn't look like AI robots will control the tennis world anytime soon.